Okay, I think we're live on the recording now, so good. Okay, guys, let's get started with this update. We have got some super good stuff to look at. Fortunately, the markets have been moving a little bit slow the last several hours, so we have plenty of opportunity to get in, but it's going to be a little bit of a rough ride. So I'm going to show you what we're talking about. Before we get to any of that, again, any questions, comments, type them over. If I can't get to them immediately, I will get to them, but never bad to have them up on the board so we know what we're looking at. Let's just have a quick little look at how the markets are doing today. And I am no perfect analyst here, but bad day for everything. Dow's down, S&P's down, everything's down. Gold, it's all just down. We're just having a big down day, which is okay. It gives us some good opportunities to continue, hopefully, with some of the predominant trends on most of the pairs that we look at. So that's kind of something to look at there. Um, the next thing that we want to look at is what we have going on here. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a weird message on my screen. Just one moment. Okay, guys. Sorry about the random pause there. I had to. Something was fouling out, but I think it's working. Can everyone still hear me okay? We still good on audio and video and everything? You never know what's happening with these darn computers these days. Okay, good. All right, so again, as far as news goes, we've seen a little bit today, nothing huge, and then coming into the UK session and the US session tomorrow, nothing too major. This can always be a little bit of an event. Anytime we have a central bank speak, deliver any kind of a message, there's always some surprise and shock factor that we can see there. So just keep an eye on that. Um, and just a last little quick look at the dollar index. This is still holding pretty strong. Remember, our key support resistance level that held the market down for so long and is now holding it up pretty well is about that 82 mark, and we're just a little over 83 at about 83.05. So, okay, enough of that stuff. Let's get to the goods. Again, if there's any pairs you guys want to talk about that I haven't or don't cover, feel free to bring them up, and I will talk about them. But some of the pairs that I think are going to be the most important coming into the next kind of 24 hours before the market closes and so on. I think the euro dollar and I think the euro yen are going to be big ones to watch. They have been very sideways, and we have all this EU summit stuff going on, which has been a total disaster for the euro pairs. But I think we're going to have a little bit of activity coming up, and maybe it doesn't happen this week, but I think it's very possible. And if it doesn't, then we're going to have one heck of a wild ride come Sunday in the open of the market coming up there. But we've had some really great trades this week, by the way, in the group. We've been just attacking the pips, and I think we got about everything we could get out of this euro pair. We grabbed this little breakout in, and then it just has consolidated for 3 days. So we've been staying out of this pair. We've only been interested in trading once the breakout happens. And so now that this breakout has happened, we had a little break of this low right here. And I'm going to show you this on the 4-hour chart, why it's so important and so interesting looking. But we had this breakout, and now it is just consolidating once again in this little channel. And it's only about 25 pips or so, and it's just bouncing around in there. But when we look at it in the bigger picture, this looks very good for a nice continuation down, potentially as far as the lows, 12300, 12350, kind of in that general area. I'm not going to try to take it, 100 or 150 pips, but I think there's going to be an easy, 50, 60, 70 pips if we're willing to hold on to it. So you can see that we've got this nice final little break. This was strong support here, 124.40, and we've got a break of that. Now it's hopping around and trying to get us lower. So that's where we are. There's lots of good stuff happening on this daily chart. It will very likely double and triple bottom on this lower level here at 122.50, 12300 as we go through the summer. But I think that's kind of the next target for what we're looking at. So the two possible scenarios that I see here is, number one, if we get a break back up above this 124.40, probably a little buying opportunity there. But if we get a break below this guy right here, which this level I'm just kind of calling it with a little combo of candle bodies and candle and wicks and so on. This is about 124.15, give or take. So here's our channel, 124.15 to about 124.40. Above here, look for about 20 to 25 pips. Below here, look for about 20 to 99 pips, somewhere in that general area. I think we're gonna have a big move if we get a break below this, but be ready, lock in some profit. Don't let this thing go too crazy. But I think our channel and our setup and everything is very conducive to a bigger continuation down through some of these areas. So watch that 124.15 and be ready. Any questions, comments about that? Type them over. I'm happy to go back to the chart, but let's move on. You guys will recognize this from the daily video yesterday as well, which is the pound dollar. Still our 4-hour channels holding. We took a heck of a fantastic trade. I'm still just shocked at how great this trade went. Getting into a sell on this big bullish candle right here and letting the thing just about stop us out for about 16 hours and then a big continuation down. We grabbed some good pips on that. That was a very, very nice trade. And that brings us down to this 155.50 area, which I've been watching closely as we've double and triple bottomed on it and finally made a break. So the options of what we can be doing on this pound dollar are getting a little bit, again, if we go back to the 4-hour chart, it looks very similar to the euro, where we've just got tons and tons of space down here. And I think there's lots of room for this thing to continue down into the, into the overall lows of 152.50, 15300, right in there. I think there's a good chance for that. But I want to see some retracement on this thing. It's broken out of 155.50. It's sitting just about 155.00, so it's a good 50 pips or so below our level. I'd like to see this thing get up to kind of this general consolidation here, which is about 155.30. And I'll look to sell with some stops just above this 155.50. So we're looking for pretty minimal exposure, maybe about 20 pips or so. But I think there's going to be enough support, enough resistance right in this general area to kind of keep the market from, this zone from about 155.30 to 155.50 should be enough to slow the market down and allow it to continue down. So I'm going to be looking to short right around here about 155.30 on the pound dollar, that is. So looking for that, hoping for that, watching for that. And again, if anyone is just joining us, this is going to be recorded and it'll be posted shortly, and we can have a look at that. But that's about all I'm looking for on the pound dollar. Now, as far as a break goes to the upside, if we were to see something like that, we've got some kind of trend lines and things to be looking at here. I'm not really too interested in a break until, unless this thing were to get back up above about 155. 90, 15600 kind of an area, but really just looking for a sell opportunity, looking for about 30, maybe 35 pips of retracement, and then I'm looking to take the pair lower. So that's kind of what I'm keeping an eye on the pound dollar. And then we're just going to run over here to the euro yen real quick and have a look at this one. Now, as far as our trades have gone this week, we've had some fantastic trades except for this euro yen. This thing just has it looked like it was going to give us some breaks this morning in the US session, which I guess was actually more a little bit back here, and it gave us a break and it gave us a run and break and run and break and run and run, and so now it's just consolidated again. It's totally flat, totally doing nothing, totally consolidated, which leads me to believe that we have some good opportunity. I don't think I'm going to try to buy anything above this level. It may take a run back into the 99.05 area, which was, if you guys saw the daily video yesterday, this was a sell area on the euro yen. You can see just how that guy went. Pretty fantastic. So that was a sell area. And here was another sell area down here at this 98.65 area. And now it's just kind of consolidating below this level. It's trying to make some runs back up above, and it's just kind of staying put. So as it sits here and waits, I think we're going to have a nice opportunity to probably catch the break and take it back down. If you look at the 15-minute chart, which is a decent one to keep an eye on here, if this starts to push higher, fine, I'm going to let it retrace. I'm not really looking for any buy opportunities. Not that I'm so confident that it's going to head down. I just don't see any really great entry areas to start buying this pair. I think it's really more of a consolidated. I guess you could try, anything where it currently is with stops below some of these lows, but again, I'm just not interested in that. I think that we have a better opportunity at trading the break of this trend line, and specifically, as you can see, my little arrow right here, trading the break of about 98.55. So we had to get below this 65 area, which was a little bit tricky, and now I think 55 is going to be our next good kind of breaking point to take this pair lower. So 98.55, and I'm looking to go down from there. And again, on so many of these charts, we see the same thing over and over again, which is 4-hour channel holding very nicely, a break of that 4-hour channel, and the pairs just are not coming back from there. They're staying out of that channel, they're staying below the channel, and there's just, again, lots of whoops, hold on here. Lots of downward space to go. Lots of room for a potential, longer-term trade, but definitely something a little on the short-term side. So again, 98.55. That's what I'll look for. And then everything else, I'm not super interested in at this point. I'm more interested in the euro dollar, euro yen, and the pound dollar. Pound yen's moving around, but it's pretty choppy. The Aussie dollar is borderline interesting at this point. We had a very nice trade on the Aussie dollar yesterday. If you saw the video, we got long on the Aussie dollar, rode this candle up that just popped out of the middle of nowhere, which was fantastic. Closed out of that guy, and then the thing totally reversed on us last night, came all the way back down. So a very nice move down. We grabbed some good pips going up, and then it made a nice reversal down. And it's sitting at support right here, which is parity. This is just about the $1 mark, and here it sits waiting for some sort of a break, some sort of a movement here, and it's having a heck of a time. So once again, if we go over to that 4-hour chart, we see a little bit of this happening. Get rid of that trend line. Broke out of a 4-hour channel, 3 weeks worth. Came out of that, a little bit of retracement, and now it's trying to kind of make its way lower. And parity is going to be the level to beat for further downside. And so I think we're going to get that, but we've got to get back below that area, and for the pair, I think, to be able to pick up a little bit of momentum and kind of start moving. So that's just a little bit of a side note. Other than that, I'm not going to be too active on the Aussie probably for the rest of the week, but if we get a little movement there, especially as the Asian session starts this afternoon, then I will be ready and I'll take a look and I'll see where things go from here. But for the most part, I'm going to kind of sit on the sidelines just a little bit. And just a little quick look at gold. Remember we talked about this. 1560 is a low support, 1585 upper level, and we just have this little middle zone here, which has actually turned out to be very effective. 1575, test, and some testing right there, and some testing from the bottom side, and then it just has finally made a nice breakout. So gold is running nicely, continuing down, and looking very, very good there. So as long as that can continue pushing lower, I think we're going to still continue to see some nice moves here. And once again, I think my most ideal level on the euro dollar, or the most ideal trade even, if we can get a little bit of movement out of the euro, if it can get out of its funk, is going to be this 24.15. Again, that's going to be the level to beat. That's going to be the level to go, and I'm excited about that one. And I think there's some good pips in there. Remember that 4-hour chart, lots and lots of space. And then again, retracement on the pound dollar and a breakout of 98.55 on the euro yen. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, guys. Feel free to ask any questions right now. Any questions, comments. I'm happy to go over any pairs. If anyone is just joining us, we're just kind of wrapping up our live session update today, which typically they run about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, somewhere in there. But it will be recorded. And anybody that is just joining or anybody that's had to be, kind of in and out, it will be posted, and I'll send out the link in the email and on Twitter and so on coming up shortly. But make sure everybody that to get the latest updates, remember you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on, let's just go here real quick, and I'll just show you guys real fast the easiest way to get the best amount of information will be, there we go. The best, easiest way to get the information will be to go to daytradersfx.com, and then you can like the Facebook page from right here and get updates on Facebook. Twitter is what I use the most and get lots of updates on Twitter. And then all of the daily videos, including this update, including anything else that we do, will be on YouTube, and you can access that from right here. So just daytradersfx.com. And Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. It's all right here. Lots of information right here. Members log in right here, and you can get lots of access to chat, tutorial videos, our live updates, UK session notes, which are really, really great. And you can also get a free 5-day trial to the group right here on the website. So just remember, Day Traders FX, you can access all of the material there. Tom, good question on the Euro Yen. What take profit if it breaks out? I mean, for the short term, I think we have kind of two areas to work for. In the long term, I think we've got a 100 pip run nicely ahead of us. Short term, you can see that we start to get kind of things get a little bit messy right in this area once again. So kind of in that 98, 20, 25 area, I think is a very, very good short term target. So 98, 20, 25, right in that general area should be a good short-term target. And then a longer-term target, 98, 9800, 9750 are all going to be nice areas that I'll fully expect the market to reach. So yeah, yep. Hopefully we'll see a nice quick little short-term run there, and I think we will. So very good. Good question. Any other questions, guys? Questions, comments, anything? If not, we will leave it at that. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to chime in. We have some great setups. I'm going to keep Twitter blowing up today, so keep an eye on that. With any additional trade setups, we'll be looking to get into some stuff there. So be ready for that. Keep an eye there, and I'll have more details and notes and so on posted in the chat as the day goes on. So we'll take it from there. Thanks for being on, everyone. Great to see you guys. Keith, Dennis, great to have you guys as well. And all the rest of you fellow Pippers, always good to see you guys. Take care, good luck, and I will have more ideas and trade setups posted as the day goes on. Thanks, everyone.